All right, class, grab your tinfoil hats, your Zapruder film frame-by-frame printouts, and your strongest coffee. Because today on Waffle Ladders, we're about to dive into the single weirdest group project in American history, the JFK assassination. Now, I'm not saying the official story doesn't add up, but let's just say if you turned it in for a high school book report, you'd fail, then be recommended for counseling. And today I give you the top 10 reasons that JFK just might be a conspiracy. Number 10, the magic bullet. Ah yes, the famous magic bullet, because nothing says realistic crime scene like a bullet zigzagging through two people like it's auditioning for America's Got Talent. Apparently, it entered JFK's back, exited his throat, did a little cha-cha into Governor Connolly, took a left turn past his rib, and still came out the other side nearly pristine. I've dropped chicken nuggets that came out worse.
I just ran the new ballistics model.
Yeah, looks about right. Good job. Number 9, Jack Ruby, the vigilante nobody needed. Enter Jack Ruby, a nightclub owner and mob-tied guy, spontaneous national television assassin. He strolls into the police station with a gun like it's casual Friday and shoots Oswald on live TV, no less. And no one stops him, not even a raised eyebrow from the guards. He claimed he did it to spare Jackie Kennedy the stress of a trial. Sir, you are not a hero. You're a fixer for the perps. Ruby died of cancer while awaiting a retrial in his murder case. He famously, mysteriously said, "Everything pertaining to what's happening has never come to the surface. The world will never know the true facts of what occurred." Number 8, Oswald, Cold War tourist. Lee Harvey Oswald defected to the Soviet Union in 1959, right in the middle of the Cold War. A couple years later, he became disillusioned with the country and asked to come back. And guess what? No charges, no question, just, "Welcome back, pal. Here's your American flag." That's like joining North Korea's cheerleading squad and getting TSA pre-check when you come home. Totally normal. And could this have been a cover story from him as he worked for the CIA? Yep. Number 7, the Grassy Knoll Picket Fence Fan Club. Dozens of witnesses said they saw smoke, heard shots, or a guy ducking behind a picket fence on the Grassy Knoll. Government? Nope. Definitely came from the building, way over there behind the boxes. The fence? That's just where the local Squirrel Union holds meetings. Seriously, why wasn't every lead run down to ground? The president was killed. This has a lot of overlap with our Lincoln episode, and the government just seems to rush through assassination investigations. Nothing to see here. Number 6, CIA. Totally not involved. Pinky swear. So the CIA swears up and down they had no idea who Lee Harvey Oswald was, which is interesting because they had, a secret Oswald file going back to 1960. But sure, they only kept it because they liked his penmanship. Then there's that little oopsie where they quietly removed his name from a State Department watch list just weeks before the assassination. Just pure coincidence, right? And let's not forget the Mexico City incident, where Oswald supposedly visits the Cuban and Soviet embassies, maybe trying to get a visa, and somehow the CIA's top secret surveillance cameras fail. Yeah, must be the same cameras used in the Epstein prison. But hey, no worries, all those 10,000 pages of heavily redacted CIA documents prove one thing. Nothing says innocence like handing you a completely black document and saying, "Trust us."
I just did the redactions.
You just redacted the banana bread recipe.
That stuff's too delicious to let the word out.
All right, sit back down. Number 5, Ruby's mob buddies. So here's the thing. Jack Ruby wasn't just some heartbroken nightclub owner who acted on impulse. No, this guy had more mob connections than a Godfather reunion. He knew gangsters in Chicago. He knew mob guys in Dallas. Honestly, if there was a city with a shady Italian restaurant Ruby probably had a friend there who handled problems. The FBI had files linking him to organized crime figures, but apparently they didn't set off any alarms because in the 1960s, nothing said trustworthy citizen like being on a first name basis with people who make bodies disappear. It's kind of like if your babysitter worked for the IRS and also moonlighted as a contract killer. But she really cares about the kids. Yeah, and she also really cares about making sure the neighbors don't hear anything at night. So when Ruby just happened to stroll on into the Dallas police basement and shoot Lee Harvey Oswald live on national television, we were all supposed to believe it was just to spare Jackie some grief. Sure, whatever you say, boss. Number 4, the Umbrella Man. Let me paint you a picture. It's a bright sunny day in Dallas. Everyone's in short sleeves, except one guy with a black umbrella. He raises it right as the shots go off. His excuse? He was protesting Joseph Kennedy's appeasement of Hitler. Because obviously, the middle of a presidential motorcade is the best time for a niche 1930s foreign policy protest. And does a black umbrella signify Hitler? Number 3, the Babushka lady. So have you heard of this? The woman who doesn't even respond to shots fired. She's right in the middle of all this chaos. A woman wearing a headscarf was nicknamed Babushka, which means grandmother in Russian. And she is calmly filming the assassination up close. She was never identified and the footage never retrieved, gone. Adding to the mystery are several women who have claimed to be this woman. One, Beverly Oliver, claimed that 2 men identifying as FBI agents took the undeveloped film from her. This woman is the Where's Waldo of Cold War espionage, except instead of a striped shirt, she has national secrets in her purse. Number 2, witnesses just kept dying. You know what's weird? Over 100 people connected to the JFK assassination died under what the police called bizarre circumstances in the years that followed. And by bizarre, I mean accidents, sudden heart attacks, freak suicides, mysterious car crashes. Basically, every episode of Unsolved Mysteries rolled into one decade. It's like the universe decided, if you saw anything suspicious, congratulations. You've just been enrolled in the Witness Protection Program, where the protection part is optional. One guy supposedly shot himself in the chest with a rifle. Another had a heart attack after getting hit by a bus, because nothing says cardiac arrest like 2 tons of steel through the torso. And then there's the people who just disappeared. No witnesses, no body, just poof, they're gone. The 1960s was basically a magic show where the trick was, now you see the witness and now you don't.
Hey Dad, the magic 8-ball you bought just came in the mail. Why don't you ask it?
Oh, these things are cool. I used to have one of these. This is awesome. Yeah, let's see what it says. Will the next JFK witness that comes forward survive? Outlook not so good. Oops. I guess we should cancel that JFK reunion party.
You think that's a coincidence?
I doubt it. Number 1, files still classified. And finally, here we are. Almost 60 years later, we've gone from rotary phones to 5G, from black and white TVs to deepfake Tom Cruise, from what's a computer to AI making bad PowerPoints in under a second. But we still don't have all the JFK files. The official reason? National security, which is government speak for if you knew what we knew, you'd be really, really mad. Apparently some guy named Agent Jerry in 1963 scribbled a sticky note that said, maybe kill president? And we can't have that floating around the internet, can we? That's way too spicy for the public record. And when they do release something, half the page is blacked out like it's a CIA coloring book. They call that transparency, which is like me handing you an empty pizza box and saying, that's all I can give you.
Hey, we finally got that JFK FOIA response.
Yeah?
But all the pages are black.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll clear up everything. See a pattern here? So what did we learn today? That if you combine Cold War paranoia, organized crime, CIA secrecy, and a guy with an umbrella, you either get a Dan Brown novel or the actual Warren Commission summary. But hey, maybe it was just a lone gunman, and maybe I'm actually a secret spy working for the Russians to throw you off the track. Who knows? Drop your favorite JFK theory in the comments, or just send me your copy of the Zapruder film. I'll trade you for that redacted banana bread recipe. And don't forget, if we earned it, to like, subscribe, and as always, keep climbing.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.